Alright, this is a reincarnation reading for Virgo. This is for fun. This talks about your past lives, who you were in a past life, and what you have to look forward to in your present life. You can use any of these questions in your own readings, or if you have a Ouija board at home, which is fun. The Ouija board has demons in it. Anyway. That was such a Ralph thing to say off The Simpsons. Anyway, so know that this is for fun. This is not to be taken seriously. This is just fun banter between me and my tarot cards. But I get a lot of messages. Okay, so you can strap in and like just be amazed. So it's fun. Anyway, so number one, we have who were you in your past life? We have maybe a failure, reliving past memories, overthinking mental issues, and forced into smiling, faking a smile to make the world go round. You were probably born June 11th or the 21st or somewhere in there. But there is no Mars in Gemini, so there's no fire of actually talking about your problems around your past life. Were you married? No, because really nobody intrigued you enough for that, so there was no Pisces. I feel like, let's see, June 11th, isn't that like, I think that's Gemini. Yeah, that's around Gemini season. So, no Pisces. You probably would have loved a Pisces because Geminis and Pisces, it's kind of a love match, type of thing. Also, there couldn't have been anybody that interests you like enough to say, "Hey, I want to settle down." Probably had other things. But let's see. That's really interesting. So, there was probably nobody that interests you around that time. A lot of Pisces were mostly, spiritual people. But there was probably nobody that interests you enough to say that you wanted to settle down with or that you felt comfortable with. Number three. Number three is, were you happy in a past life? No. Because nobody was sensitive to your feelings. Nobody was like an Aquarius or a Pisces. So, Aquarius and Pisces are very, like, feely, unique people where they kind of vibe with people or they flow with people. So if you feel bad, like they're empaths, so they would know that you feel bad and like they want to comfort you. Um, they're kind of like the loyal friends of the zodiac, I would say. The Aquarius would get you a drink. The Pisces would get you like a funny book to read. It's like that type. I'm like that with my friends too. It's either food or a funny book or some interesting shit I found on the old tube of internet. Um, but other than that, yeah, probably very lonely. You wanted friends. So number four, we have what kind of work did you do in a past life? We had sacrifice for the greater good, neglecting yourself, putting others' needs before yourself, lack of motivation for success. So you were probably one of these people that worked really hard and got no credibility, no payment, no nothing. Because you were kind of like the workhorse of the family, or you kind of had to work hard all your life in order to get very little because of other consequence. maybe you were reincarnated in like London around the Victorian age. Um, that's a really tough place to stuff yourself, really. But yeah, usually a lot of historic events are not really like empath friendly, like, so a lot of Aquarius and Pisces don't get reincarnated all that often unless it's like a big emotional plot in like a series, And what I mean by that is like if it's like a big event, you're gonna get a lot of Pisces and a lot of Aquariuses. If it's not that serious, you get a lot of Tauruses and Virgos. So having the two together is um, very hard in a lot of historic events. So number 5, were you an honorable person? No, you weren't. You didn't have a magic spark or personality. You had no Gemini skills. Geminis communicate with everybody. And you really didn't nurture too many people. You were kind of like, whatever. So there was no real Cancer motherly type of, figure that you were. You were kind of more practical, more down to earth, more like I would rather work than deal with people. Some people become workaholics because like they don't want to deal with people, but they deal with people quite often. It's better to get out of your own reality and go into like a work case scenario. I used to do that when I worked at Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts was my favorite job of all time because I made the donuts and I didn't have to deal with too many people. I dealt with 2 more workers that did the same shit that I did, and we put on our music and we made donuts and we made muffins and croissants and all this shit, and we didn't really talk to too many other people except when we left and we had to tell the boss how many of each thing we had on stock, and that was it. So stock list basically is all all I talk to people about. But I feel like even in your current life, you get into like work mode and you just go 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 because you don't want to talk to too many people. Which isn't a bad trait to have, but it can be overdone at times. But yeah, it depends on what you're comfortable with also. So it's a bit of a double edged sword too. Um, Number 6. Number 6 is what type of problems or challenges did you deal with in your past life? You dealt with delays, domestic issues, family problems, and stuck in a feminine energy. You were probably a male. You probably had a lot of feminine features. You probably had a lot of really bad experiences as well, where it was just kind of putting you in the middle of a lot of shit. Um, but there was really no, like, it doesn't show that you were a woman in your past life. It shows that you were a male because it says that there was no Venus in this era in which you were born. Um, so the day that you were born, there was no Venus in the sky. It happens. But yeah, your family was kind of, trying to either A, hide you away because, or there was a certain type of thing going on that was kind of really troublesome around that time. Okay, so were you a famous person? No, because again, like I said, your family was kind of confused at the fact that you were very feminine or you had feminine features and wanted to keep you away from the general public because, like I said, probably you were around the Victorian era where anything that looked pretty they wanted to, conquest. Um, anyway, so number 8. Were you in good health in your past life? We have Libra energy. So you had a balanced life. You got sick and then you basically got healed up within a day or two. So you had fair health, I would say. Um, Number 9, how did you die? Fight ending badly, cheating. So somebody cheated on you, or maybe they felt like you were cheating on them, and it ended badly. Um, we have no rebirth and no Aries Pisces. So there was no jealousy and there was no real explanation. I feel like it was mistaken identity, where you were kind of hiding out at a friend's house and somebody killed you over jealousy issues. Probably. But yeah, usually this is how it goes, and a lot of really feminine male energies. You don't have to be gay per se. You have like feminine nose or feminine ears, or you have like really light colored eyes, and that would be feminine features. I myself have really dark eyes that almost look red sometimes, so fantastic, right? Um, People are always scared of me when I have my red eyes. Usually happens around fall because the sun's out all the time. But anyway, uh, yeah, I feel like it's a case of my mistaken identity, and that's how you died. So, you know. Number 10, did you have a soulmate back in your past life? No, you did not. There was no Sagittarius, no Capricorn, and like I said before, no Pisces. So there was no prophecy of you having a soulmate. A lot of people don't have soulmates, and they kind of go through cycles not knowing what a soulmate is. But anyway, number 11, is your present love someone that you knew in a past life? Maybe. We have Aquarius Mercury. Aquarius Mercury is kind of like a unique set of circumstances. So you might have met in passing, or you might have met under circumstance of uh, like an occasion. Okay, number 12. Are you linked to your parents of today from a past life? No, you are not. There is no Libra and there is no moon in this scenario because I said you were born under circumstances of like no air sign and no water sign. So there is no connection with your parents of today. You chose different parents. Usually when you get reincarnated, you can choose the same parents or different parents, but in different time periods, you know. Could have been parents from a different cycle altogether. But anyway, number 13. Number 13, are any other members of your family from your past life? No, we have Leo and Saturn, so fire of the truth. So that is a no. We have 14. Number 14, what do you need to learn during this time period that you live in now? You have Virgo and Sun, that is you. So working hard in life, producing good results, extra careful at work, working diligently, and appreciation for the work done. So that's basically what your life purpose is. Just work hard and feel appreciated, and just produce really good results. That's it. Very Virgo like scenario. And you might need to talk to a few people. It's not entirely like you can do this alone. You're gonna have to work with a lot of people in order to achieve what you need to achieve. Okay, so you might have to work with about 8 people, okay, in order to achieve what you need to achieve. Number 15, we have, will you be reincarnated in the next life? We have no, because of exposure. So there's Leo and Virgo in an eclipse here. So you might be famous. You might also have some features or something that draws a lot of attention. Um, Also, you might be very influential to some people in your community. So, no, because of a lot of exposure. People know who you are in the community or on a wider scale. So, it's going to be a no. Usually, people that have that high mint rate of exposure, it's kind of hard for them to get reincarnated. You have to find somebody with an air sign in a moon in order to be reincarnated. Did you know that? They're the quest. But yeah, there's only a few people that have a air sign in their moon in this generation, so you have to find one of those people. Um, Usually they would be like the people that work at like Wendy's. You know, if you get a lot of fast food, or if like you deal with a lot of people that work with insects. They're usually the ones that are air signs and moon. So, or lawyers or things like that. So anyway, Virgo, I will see you in the next reading. Hopefully this helped you out in some way, shape, or form. And it was for fun, so you don't have to take anything seriously. But it is good character development if you're like have a novel you're working on or you need more to put into a book or something, that type of thing. But there's a lot that, you can do with this information. Anyway, I will see you in the next reading. Hopefully everything works out. Take care of yourself and take care of everybody and do something nice for yourself, alright? I'll see you later.